guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. I'm very excited about today's video. A couple of days ago, I found this little package that arrived unexpectedly on my doorstep, and I opened it to find this beautiful set of eyeshadow trios right here from Kaja Beauty. I know these trios have been around for a while. I have not tried them out yet though. I don't know what has taken me so long. So I'm excited to go through them and share them with you guys today. I have already taken a peek at these. I've swatched a few of them. I've looked at all of them. I used one even the other day, and I really loved it. So we're gonna go through them all today. I'm gonna share with you guys each of the individual ones, and I do have one of these I will recommend as like a standalone, like you only need one to create a complete look. The other ones I think are more fun to kind of mix and match. They are all a little different, not just in their colors, but also in their mix of like shimmer to matte. Some are a mix of matte and shimmer. A couple of them are all matte. I think there's even one that is all shimmer. Before we get into the video, if you are new here, very special welcome to you. I hope that you enjoy this video today, and I hope that you'll consider subscribing before you leave and make sure that your notifications are turned on. And with that said, let's jump into this little box. All right, so there are 8 of these, and they're all pretty neutral, but like varying shades and tones of neutral. Here's the cute little card that came with them. Let's just read a couple things. It says they are a stacked, creamy powder eyeshadow and curated trios of shimmer or combinations of matte and shimmer shades. It says they're perfect for quick, easy eye looks on the go. I do love that. I think that's such a cute packaging idea from Kaja. I think the only thing that would make it better is if they were like interchangeable. I guess that would make them like the melt stacks. It also has some instructions here, which I thought were kind of interesting. Normally I don't read instructions for how to apply eyeshadows, but this one says, apply with fingers to create your own custom look. Make a statement with a single shade or layer multiple shades for bold, multi-dimensional color. Okay, have you guys ever applied an entire eye look with your finger? I am no stranger to applying shimmers to my lid or my inner corner with my fingers, but I never apply my other shades with my finger. I kind of want to give it a try today. Should we do it? I say we do. I'm always up for a challenge, and I think this video just got a whole lot more interesting. I'm gonna try it. I'm curious to see if I can actually create a full eye look just using my finger. But let's first go through each of these individually and just take a look at them. We'll do some live swatching. We'll just kind of go through these in order. I think these are each numbered. The first one, number 1, is the Rose Water Trio. Here it is right here. This one's like a soft pink one, and this one is all shimmer. And look at these shimmers, you guys. They're all a little bit multi-dimensional. In fact, you know what these remind me of? Especially this stack right here, like this shade reminds me so much of Ladybird by ColourPop, which you guys know is one of my favorite single shadows or lid shades. And we have this one right here, a little more taupey, but still very kind of iridescent. And then this one, which is much deeper, much more purple, kind of rosy. Very, very pretty. Let's give them each a little swatch. I feel like I should maybe turn my lights down just a hair. Okay, I know my face is gonna look a little bit dark while I swatch these, but I always feel like swatches show up better when my lights are not so bright. So there's the first shade. Ooh, look at that. Look how multidimensional that is. That is beautiful. Little bit of glitter in them, but they're not glitter. They're not like a pressed glitter. They just have some small glitter particles in them. There's the second shade, a little bit more kind of purpley or even blue toned. That is gorgeous. Ooh, I love that. And then lastly, this shade right here. Stunning. If you like your kind of pinky purple tones and you like your shimmers, this is a very, very beautiful one. One thing I forgot to mention, these are $26 a piece. So just be aware of that. I know that's probably one of the most important things to know. The next one is number 2, Orange Blossom. This one, the first shade you get is a shimmer. This one's kind of like a peachy, oh, that's interesting. Almost like a taupey peach, like taupe with a bit of gold in it. It's really interesting. This is the second shade, kind of a golden, kind of coppery peach, but a little bit lighter than a copper. And then this is the last shade, which is like a cooler bronze, also all shimmer. Let's live swatch these. So here's the first shade. Ooh, that's gorgeous. That's such a unique shade. It's kind of cool toned, but it has this like golden peach reflect to it. It's very, very interesting. And the second shade, this one looks so pretty. Like peachy fire. Love that. And then last, let's take a look at this bronze. Oh, I forgot to turn my lights down. Let me turn my lights down again. Sorry, I know they're a little easier to see when I turn my ring light off. Ooh, that's beautiful as well. Not too dark. I was thinking that might be a little too dark for me, but I would totally wear that. Very, very beautiful. The next one is number 3, the Toasted Caramel Trio. Let's have a look at this one. So the first shade is a shimmer. Very, very gold, like a light golden champagne, but I'd say it's more gold than champagne. Then we have another bronzy gold, very pretty. And last, we have a warm kind of bronze. So these are also all shimmer. So 1, 2, and 3 are all shimmer. Very pretty. Let's have a quick swatch. Here is the gold shade. There it is right there. I feel like I need to wipe those other ones off a little bit better. Second shade. Pretty. And then lastly, this one right here. This one seems a little bit warmer and deeper. Ooh, that's really nice and chocolatey. That is a pretty trio right there. Beautiful. If you like warm kind of bronzes and golds. The next one in the set is number 7. This is the Glowing Guava Trio. Yeah, so the first shade is a matte. Then we have a mid-tone shimmer. And then this deep red right here. Ooh, beautiful. Let's give these a swatch. So first off, this shade right here. That's lovely. Let's have a look at the shimmer next. This is an interesting shade. It's kind of like a rosy brown, like a mid-tone rose, not a rose gold, it's like a rose bronze. And then last is this red shade right here, which is a matte. Ooh, I love the feel of their matte formula. This is making me even more curious to do these eye looks, especially with a deep shade like this, like with my finger. That intimidates me a little bit. Applying this with my finger, not the shade itself, that would be beautiful with a brush, but I'm curious to apply something like this with my finger. I'm not sure that, I don't know, I've never tried it though. We'll see. That's a beautiful trio though. Love that. The next one is number 8. This one is Chocolate Dahlia. Okay, this is the one I'm very excited about. In fact, I think this might be the one that we use today because I think from top to bottom, this one would, for me, create the most perfect eye look. So here's the first shade, which is a shimmer. You guys know I love a good shimmer, like a light shimmer on my inner corner, my inner lid. The lightest shade I usually use on an eye look is always a shimmer. Then I love a good mid-tone transition shade, which this definitely is. A little bit cooler tone, very pretty though. And then this chocolatey brown right here. Kind of basic, but again, perfect shades for a complete look. I did use this one the other day and it created the most beautiful eye look. Initially, I was thinking I would just pick one of these to use in an eye look for you guys. After I used this, I decided to do a dedicated video because these are really, really fun, very pretty. So there's the matte shade right there. Look at that shimmer. It's the perfect color. It's very like Stila Kitten-esque. I mean, just a classic kind of shell pink, light shimmer that's not too light, but has this really nice reflective quality. Those are the type of shades I just think look good on anyone. I just don't think you can go wrong with a shade like that. And this is the darkest matte brown right here. Okay, I'm terrified to use these without a brush, but look how pretty that little set is right there. Perfect, perfect eye look. I forgot to turn my lights down. There it is. So there they are right there with the ring light turned off so you can see them a little bit better. Aren't those just gorgeous? Next up is number 10. This one is the Spiced Ginger Trio. Let's have a look at it. Here we have a matte shade is the first one. Then the middle shade is a shimmer, very interesting color. It's kind of like, these shimmers are so interesting. Some of them, I can't describe them because this one has a little bit of like red, but also a little bit of kind of like taupiness, but kind of bronzy at the same time. Very pretty. And then this chocolatey brown. This one's not quite as deep as some of the other ones, but it's very, very warm. Let's give these a swatch. Let me turn my light down. So here's the first shade, which is a matte. Ooh, very light. Probably be a good highlight for those with medium to deep skin tones and a decent transition shade for those with very fair skin. Honestly, on me, this will probably barely show up. It's a little bit on the light side. Let's take a look at the shimmer next. This one I'm really excited to swatch. I don't think I've swatched this shade yet. Very pretty. That's like a copper that doesn't turn orange. Like, you know, coppers, you put them on your lid. I love a good copper, but sometimes they often go very orangey on me, which I'm not always in the mood for. This looks like a coppery color that would not turn orange because it has this like almost ashy undertone to it that just makes it a little different than what I'm used to from shades like this. Last, let's have a look at this matte brown right here. This looks, oh, this looks like hot cocoa. Craving hot cocoa lately. Very pretty. Nice little trio right there. Again, that one is number 10, the Spiced Ginger. Next we have number 13, Velvet Dream. By the way, if that confused you guys, these aren't numbered like 1 through 8. Like they all have different numbers. They go in sequence, but we skip a few numbers. It kind of confused me at first. So I think this is one of the ones that was all matte. So here's the first shade right here, just a matte ivory shade. They feel so smooth and creamy. They're not cream at all. Like the formulas aren't creams, but they're just so smooth. I know that shade's, let's turn my lights down. Probably not gonna show up a lot on my hand. Beautiful shade though. If you like a matte shade for under your brow bone or for your inner lid or inner corner, that is really, really nice. Then we have a matte, kind of light tan with a bit of peach. There it is right there. Very pretty. It's a really soft set. This is one of those sets that would be really nice with one of the ones that have all shimmers. And last is this dark brown shade. Like a red terracotta sort of brown. Pretty. Last we have the number 14 Neutral Moment Trio. I believe this one is also all matte if I remember right. Again, we have a matte ivory, although this one looks more like a white-based ivory. Then we have a mid-tone, more of a cool tone tan, and then like a cooler tone, deep chocolatey brown. So let's give these ones a quick swatch. So here's the ivory shade. See how much lighter that one is? Then we have the mid-tone brown. This might be the coolest of the transition type mid-tone browns that I've swatched. It does have the tiniest bit of like a yellow in it though. But I'd still call it a cool tone brown. But it's not like ashy. I don't know. That's really interesting. Very, very pretty color. And last, this matte brown right here. This might be the deepest of all the browns I've tried. This little swatch as well. All right. So there are the live swatches of the number, what was the number on this one? The 14 Neutral Moment. Very pretty mattes. Basic, but beautiful. So there we have all the stacks. Hopefully you guys got a good look at each of those and the swatches. For the look I want to do today, I want to just use one. I mean, there's a couple of them that I think would be fun to mix and match, like to pick two, have like an all matte and an all shimmer. But other than this one right here, I think each of those would maybe have something I would want to dip into another one to create a complete, very Mandy kind of eye look. But the exception to that is this one right here, the number 8 Chocolate Dahlia one. This one I have already used on my eyes, so I just want to get that out of the way. It created the most beautiful eye look. Very simple, not anything super creative, but I'm not opposed to simple. That's kind of what I reach for, generally speaking, on an everyday basis. So this one is really pretty. We are going to use this one today. I am going to try to use my fingers for all of the shades, including the like dark brown, which might be a bit of a challenge. I'm kind of nervous about that. If the look doesn't turn out, I guess you guys will just have to trust me that this created such a beautiful look when I did what I normally do, which is use the mattes with my brushes and then the shimmer with my finger. But I'm curious. These do feel really nice and smooth and blendable, so I imagine they'll probably blend pretty well even with my finger. So we will do that with this one today. Other than this one, I think if I had to pick like another, oh, this would be so hard, honestly, because I think they're all pretty. But I do really love these two right here. This Velvet Dream one, which was the all matte one, the second to last all matte one that was a little bit more warm and kind of peachy. This is gorgeous. And then this one with the first one I swatched that had the 3 light kind of pink toned shades of shimmer. This was the Rose Water one. These are so pretty. And this one truly is a dupe for, or close dupe for Ladybird, which is a classic. I just think you couldn't go wrong with this one. Even the darkest shimmer in this trio was not too dark for what I like, and I am very picky with the type of shimmers I like to put on my lids. I don't like anything too dark, but I feel like I could use any of these, and these two together would create some really pretty looks. So those would kind of be my like backup if I was gonna pick up two. But honestly, they're all beautiful. They seem to all perform well, at least what I've used so far, what I've swatched. So I think it's really just a matter of like your color and finish preferences. So let me zoom you guys in just a little bit and we will see if we can create a complete eye look using just my fingers with the Chocolate Dahlia palette, or trio. Not a palette, trio. All right guys, so I'm gonna try my best to stay in focus. Let's start off with the shade I normally would start off, this one in the center. And I'm just gonna use, I'm like, which finger should I use? Probably my ring finger, maybe? I am really nervous. Let me really quickly just make sure. This is just the sponge I used a couple of hours ago for my foundation. Make sure I don't have any creasing there. And then I'm going to start by just tapping this up. Kind of like on my brow bone. I'm basically just like feeling for my brow bone. I don't know why this makes me so nervous. I do have kind of big fingers. I guess I should maybe use my pinky. That's not too bad though. That didn't go too badly. It's definitely quicker than I normally take my time with the brush. I spend a good amount of time kind of doing the back and forth kind of windshield wiper thing. But just like tapping these on, it goes on pretty quick. So I again have a rag here in front of me. I'm just wiping that finger off, and I'm gonna go back and just kind of like run it along the top edge to blend any harsh edges out. I'm tempted even to reach for my sponge, but I'm trying not to do that. This is fingers only. Like if I was in my car and I had to do my makeup, that's the kind of like vibe I get from like the marketing of these. It's like the girl that's on her way to the club after work and she doesn't wear makeup to work, but she just wants to quickly pop some things in her eye. Kind of very like Violette. Do you guys follow her? She's always doing that where she'll like go to like a little cafe and just pull things out of her purse and puts everything on with her fingers. She's amazing. She's brilliant, by the way. Fantastic makeup artist. I think she works for like, I don't know. Does she have her own brand now? I feel like for a while she was promoted to like the head of some French makeup company. Anyways, okay, let's just keep going. I'm gonna keep this same shade and I'm gonna use my my pinky. I'm kind of gonna use the side of my pinky and I'm gonna run this under my lower lash line. Oh gosh, this makes me nervous. Just right up. Okay, I need to use my other pinky. Okay, a little harder on the left side if you're right-handed. These are very silky. I guess that's what I would, they're not creamy, they're very silky, the formula of these. I'm gonna go back in with my pinky in the darkest shade. I'm kind of gonna do that same thing though, where I kind of put it on the side of my pinky because I don't want a big, like large swatch of it. And we're gonna really concentrate this at the lash line here. Basically stamping it there and then just pulling it in. Wipe my finger off, kind of smudge that out. I'm going with a little bit more. I want to get this a little bit higher up into my crease. Clean finger, just kind of go around the edge. And on the other side with my other pinky, again. This is the hard side because it's awkward with my left hand, but it's also awkward to like cross over with my right hand. So if there is going to be a side that doesn't look great, it's probably this one right here. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Not bad. Kind of impressed with myself and my abilities with my finger. Let's go in with what I am familiar with, using my finger with the shimmer. And just take my ring finger and we're going to apply this all the way across the lid. I'm going about 2/3 of the way across and then I'll wipe off my finger. I'm just going to smudge this along that edge to get these to kind of blend. All right, I'm gonna zoom you guys out. I am gonna apply just a little bit of liner. I'll take my Persona liner, I'll just do a little bit on my waterline, maybe a tiny bit of a wing right here on the outer corner. Then I'm gonna apply some mascara. I'm gonna take my Cosmetics Superhero. Then I'll come back, we'll have a look at it all put together and we'll be done. All right guys, here we have the finished look. Not bad, if I do say so myself. Considering this is all fingers, like I would never guess it. It looks just as good as the look that I normally would do with my brushes. I don't know if I can just attribute that to this specific eyeshadow formula because I've never tried this before with other shadows, but I will say, especially with the matte formulas in here, they do have this very silky, have a very smooth kind of silky feel, which makes them extra easy to kind of blend with your fingers. It worked just fine. Now, it was a little awkward to apply things more precisely, like to my outer corner using my fingers, but it actually didn't take that long. And I imagine if I did that more regularly, I might kind of get used to it. I don't know that that means I'm gonna continue to apply my shadows with my finger. Even these, I think typically I'll probably just use a brush because it's just kind of what I'm used to. But if you don't have a large set of brushes or you're not accustomed to using brushes and you like using your fingers, these definitely work very well. All the shades went on great. But as I said before, I really do like all of these. I think it's really just a matter of your color and formula preference. I'm excited to keep playing with these. Have you guys tried these out before? I don't know that any of these shades are brand new. it does say that these are some of their best selling eyeshadow trios. So that kind of says to me that some, if not all of these, have been out for a while. I did just want to mention one more thing. I briefly mentioned these are $26 a piece, and they have within each product, so within each pan, each of the 3 pans has 0.9 grams of product inside. So I just wanted to kind of compare these to like the Natasha Denona, because looking at these initially, I thought, okay, giftability, like these would be a fun little gift for Christmas time. I always say the same thing about the Natasha Denona mini palettes. So I wanted to give you guys a quick cost comparison on these and kind of ounce comparison. So the mini palettes from Natasha Denona are $25. It's possible they've gone up because I know some of her other palettes, you know, inflation, everything is going up these days. But last time I checked, these were still $25 a piece, and they include 0.8 grams per pan, this one 0.9 grams. So 3 pans at 0.9 grams, 5 pans at 0.8 grams. So you probably get a little bit more product with these, but just wanted to throw that out there as a comparison. I think this would be really fun to gift if you're looking for a gift to give for the holiday season. You can put these in a little baggie, tie them up with some ribbon. I think they'd be a perfect gift to give that probably anybody would enjoy, because these are all pretty neutral but not boring. But that's gonna do it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching, for stopping by. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. It means the world to me. Let me give you one last reminder. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please make sure to do that before you leave. But that's gonna do it for today. Thanks again, guys. I will see you all in my next video. Bye.